What is going on, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard at Graybeard Gaming Group. Today is Wednesday, December 23rd, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, we want to talk about the new global and apparel event that started yesterday, and we also want to take some time and answer the questions that you sent us over the last day and a half in regards to certain things that are going on in the game right now. If this happens to be the first time you are visiting our channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. So we're going to start today off talking about the new global event. It's called Golden Bullet, and what makes this different from previous ones is the fact that now, as you complete certain challenges, you wind up getting stars, which you can then spend at the global event vendor. Now, in addition to the stars that you're earning, you will still be able to get different caches along the way as you progress in tiers. You can see the system is pretty much like it was in previous ones. At 9, you get an exotic cache, and at 10, you get a new backpack trophy. You can see here for the first 4 days, there are different daily challenges, and I gotta tell you, for the first time in a long time, I actually want to do this global event. I've played it a little bit, it's a lot of fun, your character feels really powerful, and it's something that actually is enjoyable to do. Now, you can get these stars one of two ways. You can get them from doing those daily challenges in the global event, and you'll also gain a star every shade level you gain while the event is going on. Once you've collected a certain amount of stars, you're going to go to the season vendor, which here is at the base of operations. There's also one in Haven in New York, and you can see here, depending on how many stars you have, that will dictate what you're able to pick up. This, my friends, in my opinion, is a great addition to the game. They had it in the first division. Why they waited this long to bring it over to the second, I don't know. But again, you can see here after 20 stars, if you want to get an exotic cache, you can. And more importantly, you have the ability to spend these stars any way you want when the event is going on. One important thing I'd like to mention real quick is the stars are only in your inventory while the event is going on. Once the event ends, your stars disappear, so make sure anything you earn during this time, make sure you spend it. Next, my friends, we want to talk about the Outguard APPAREL event that started as well yesterday. As you can see on the screen, or you can in a second, it goes on for 3 weeks, and during that time, you need apparel keys in order to get the new items. Many of you have reached out and asked, how do you get the apparel keys? You can do one of two things. You can buy them, which, that's totally up to you if you like to do that. Or you should earn 1 apparel key for every 4 shade levels that you gain. One thing I strongly recommend is make sure you keep track of your shade levels during this time, because a lot of times in previous apparel events, people should have earned keys. Wow, those are some tight pants right there. Anyway, people should have earned keys, but unfortunately, they never showed up. Now, thankfully, so far, I have not heard from a lot of people saying that the apparel keys are not showing up as they gain those shade levels. But again, if you are having any issues whatsoever, please let me know down below, and we definitely want to help you out in any way we can. Next, my friends, we want to take a few minutes and answer some of the questions you sent us over the last few days, the first of which has to do with the Eclipse Protocol backpack and the fact that the talent on the bag, System Aggravator, is no longer a standalone talent. Many of you have reached out and asked if the bag was nerfed. The answer is no, it was not, but what they did was this. In the past, you could put that bag on and get the talent active without having any of the gear pieces equipped at the time. However, with the launch of Title Update 12, they took that ability away, so now moving forward, you have to have 4 pieces of that gear set equipped in order to get the backpack talent. I mean, we've heard from so many different gamers saying that certain status effect builds aren't hitting as hard when you only had that backpack equipped as far as the Eclipse Protocol gear set goes. Now you know why, so you definitely want to tweak a few of your builds. Another issue a lot of you have brought up is the fact that certain skills are not working properly, and primarily it's been people who've been using the assault turret or the assault drone, and a lot of times for some reason these skills get locked and they are completely unusable. Many of you have also mentioned that the targeting system with these skills is just way off, like you're trying to target one NPC and it directly goes to another. So again, I've passed this information on to customer support. Hopefully we'll hear something back soon. Next, my friends, we want to talk about the Bighorn Exotic AR, and a lot of you have reached out recently since they made that buff to the gun. You've been talking about the fact you've been farming Legendary, you haven't been able to find it, and honestly, I am in the exact same boat. That gun will not drop for me no matter what I do. As most of you know, at this point in the game, it can only drop on Legendary content, so you can get that on the different strongholds, or you can get it under Legendary content when you're in the summit. However, from the information I've gathered and what I've heard online, and if any of you out there have any different information, please let me know down below. The only way it seems to drop in the summit is when you're on floors 80 or above. And actually, it may even be floors 90 and above, so the only recommendation I can give now is just keep farming. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing, and hopefully we will all get that holiday miracle that we're looking for. Finally, my friends, I want to talk about missing territory controls on the map. Now, a few weeks back, I did a video and I showed you this spot on the map, which is no longer there, that had a territory control that was a great place to farm. So for whatever reason, sometimes this game will take certain territory controls off the map completely for a period of time. So now I'm showing you another spot I like to hit up. The travel time's a little further, but it is one that seems to respawn regularly. Now, a few quick things as we move on. First of all, this will work for an elite patrol or an elite convoy as well. I like doing the territory controls because it's stationary and you know exactly where the NPCs are going to spawn from each time. Now, the other thing I want to point out is this. Once you get to the actual territory control location, you're talking about a minute of gameplay, and that can net you. Like, I have 3 directives going right now. It's going to net me about 260,000 XP. So once you do find that territory control that you're comfortable running, you can probably run 3 of these in under 5 minutes, which means you're gaining a shade level about every 5 minutes or so, which is really, really good. This, in my opinion, is really beneficial to those players that do not have a long time to play. They want to maximize that time, get that XP, and try to level up as quickly as they can. And actually, as we move on, I want to say that I am having so much fun with this global event. Like, check this out. Once you pick up that golden bullet, look at my ammo. Like, I don't even need to reload. And in my opinion, this is exactly what a global event should be like. I'm bummed it took so long to get something like this here, but I'm glad they finally brought it to the game. Anyway, now that I've cleared out the area, you can see a key drops. I pick that key up, I go over to the gear stash that's out here, and once I open up the cache, I wind up netting just under 260,000 XP. At this point, my friends, all you're going to do is open up your map and reset the control points. Now, in a second, you'll see on the map now, obviously that territory control is gone. So once we reset the control points, we get that 10-second countdown, and we will automatically be sent to the closest safe house. Now, what we're hoping for is this. Once the game loads back up from the safe house, we will look at the location on the map again where that territory control just was, and hopefully it will have been reset and we can just hit that thing up over and over again. One thing I'd like to mention is I'm at Liberty's Call Safe House. You take the west exit when you leave, and as you can see on the map, that territory control did spawn again, so all we do is hit that spot up over and over. And as we start to wrap this video up, one thing I recommend is having at least 2 or 3 territory controls that you know how the NPCs spawn, that you're comfortable with. That way, if one of them isn't working, you do have a few options. At this point, I want to take a moment and once again thank you all for your continued support and remind you that if you have any questions or comments or you're having issues in the game, let me know what's up down below, and in any way I can help out, I will definitely do my best to do so. I should be putting out another video tomorrow. It's going to be either a build one or possibly a farming one. I'm not sure as yet. But anyway, like I mentioned earlier, if you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you like this, hit that like button. But most importantly, take care, be kind, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.